Soul Garden.
Hello my Pisces, and welcome back to Soul Horoscopes weekly update from my webcam to yours. I'm Christopher Witecki, your host to the universe. Thanks for swimming back, fishies. I do appreciate it. A couple announcements. One, I've got a quick little product. If you're not already in GA, you can sign up for just a 30-day period where I coach you through the Saturn Libra graduation. Now, if you are in the Guardian Agency, you're going to be coached through in the next 30 days. But for those who don't want to sign up year-round but do want the coaching, it can come in email or with text messages, and they start on this Saturday. So come on down to Soul Mart. And don't forget, we got Nikki Bright on Thursday night. She's going to help us light up our creativity. I'll be in this class. If you want to take a class with me, come on down. This is also us just helping to prepare for the test ahead. We are so busy. Everything is busy. A lot of people feeling ascension and shifting, and the universe is calling for us to release lower vibration and to move into our hearts and let ourselves float a lot more. And this week we're going to wrap up the Sun in Virgo and move into the Sun in Libra. Let's keep them separate. Now with Sun in Virgo, if you're just joining us, welcome to Soul Garden. Virgo is our IB energy, what we be, and notice what we be comes right from the heart. It comes right from that chlorophyll green energy, and that's what we're working on, is getting our green heart chakra energy to its brightest. In your case, your long-term relationships to their brightest. Putting yourself into a marriage partnership strategy that keeps reality sane, all right? Pisces get lost in their relationships, which means if they don't have strong policies for their relationships, it can pull their life off track. I cannot tell you how many Pisces I know that where a relationship or a marriage takes them somewhere else. So you're working on balance. We're wrapping up committing to a sense of balance, committing to a sense of order, committing to yourself, that's the mirage, and committing to how you commit to others, which will keep your life in reality sane. That's the week as we begin. So on Monday, it's a cloudy day, but not too bad. Actually, your home planet is ruling the day, Neptune. That makes you particularly sharp and intuitive. And with Neptune ruling, you want to smell out or sense out any details or things that need to be said, done, or understood when it comes to your marriages. So on Monday, you're kind of smelling that. You're also very sensitive because the moon is in Libra, and so emotions are hypersensitive to your boundaries. Looking at the planets, it's not a crazy day, but I do want to point out we have this Bermuda Triangle, as I like to call it, still going on all week, which means all week, let me just say all week, you're going to be balancing where you draw your lines with how that affects your self-esteem and facing fears about, well, if I change my marriage partnerships, if I change my boundaries, how will my public reputation be affected and how will my financials be affected? All of that is the Bermuda Triangle. In particular, Mercury, our thoughts are already the next month's topic, so you're already thinking about, that's part of this whole triangle here, you're thinking about or having fears in your mind about where to draw boundaries or how you might have to draw boundaries for yourself. So this is a theme going on this week and it begins on Monday. On Tuesday, it's a sharper day. You are sunny but self-reflective. The moon is in Libra, then moves into Scorpio, and it's really a powerful wrap-up and trajectory to our future. So Tuesday is going to feel very powerful and I think very private. Let me describe why. There's so much to talk about. For one, this triangle comes to a unique head, and that's because Pluto goes direct. So for 6 months, you've been backpedaling with who you are in the world. It's over now. You must now be clear on what you want, what title, what circle of friends, what neighborhood, whatever, and that moves forward. So you're going to feel your social life moving forward. Uranus says you got to have a very slippery self-esteem in the sense of continually taking credit for what you have done, continually paying dues that are due, continually keeping that revolving credit in yourself so that you can be dynamic enough to change. And then Mercury, keep your mind out of the gutter, keep your mind on track, keep your mind focused on your boundaries. So these three are all coming to a head. But on top of that, the moon crosses Saturn, and I'll explain why this is such a big deal in a zoom in. The reason why the moon crossing Saturn is a big deal is because, remember, for 2 years you've been working on where should you draw your boundaries. And this is one of 2 times that Saturn will cross before you graduate the whole transit. In this first one, the universe is asking you to commit, not to marriages, but to personal boundaries. So what may be holding you back is not a marriage, but the fact that you're too wimpy to draw the line or speak up for it or whatnot. So you've got to emotionally own. That's what this green nuclear color is. Emotionally own and embody your trust and intimacy issues, which is embodying the lesson of the last 2.5 years since the end of 2009. At the end of the day, the only reason that Pisces have truly slipped has been due to sloppy boundaries. So you are feeling through where they need to be. So if you're on the right track, you're going to feel good. And if you have sloppy boundaries, I think it's going to feel rather sloppy. All right, so that is the importance of Tuesday. On Wednesday, universe wastes no time, action, Mars rules the day, time to take action, and you're going to feel this action. So right after following through with where boundaries need to be, it is action. Sunny and rather passion-filled is my prediction. Now, the moon in Scorpio does keep you very self-reflective on what you believe, perhaps even righteous, if you will. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. But what I do want to point out is the moon over the day. Now, Mars rules the day, and isn't it interesting that the moon crosses Mars? So this is an emotional flame-up, all right, inflammation, where you get aggressive. Now, what is the aggression? Well, this is now about drawing emotional boundaries with yourself about what you actually believe and getting yourself to do what you believe. So this is an emotional kick in the butt, okay? It'll feel great if you're on the right track. It'll feel like a tidal wave hitting you if you're on the wrong track, but it's trying to emotionally get you to step forward and practice what you preach. Put your money where your mouth is, all right? This is what you're going to be working on later at the end of the year, but right now you got to act on what you believe so far. So again, a very intense day on Wednesday. On Thursday, we hold space. Mother Earth rules the day. That means you're holding space. Now, what are you holding space on? What the whole month is about, frankly, which is where you stand in relationships. I know we're getting pulled all over the place this week. It's everyone. But, you know, what we do need to complete in the next 2 days is where do you stand in long-term relationships? So that said, this is a day where you're going to have to hold space on where you stand, be very clear and decisive about what relationships are. This is, of course, knowing and feeling what you just went through with drawing boundaries. So hopefully using those new emotionally empowered boundaries to squat on the relationships as you need to. And the moon, after crossing Mars and inspiring you to take action with what you believe, that also helping you squat. And by the end of the day, the moon moves into your sense of legacy and career, and it's not going to stop working on us on that day, let me just tell you. Then comes Friday. Now, Friday is a tested day. That's because the moon rules the day. Emotions rule the day. Emotions are focused on career legacy on this particular day. So your feelings are for career legacy. However, where you're being tested is squatting and holding that space in long-term relationships, or the LTR philosophy. So cloudy and a chance of pissiness on Friday because of that test. There's also a couple of interesting aspects that add a little bit more wildness to the cards. For one, emotions versus self-nurturing, that will be a tug-of-war. So if you haven't taken good care of yourself, if you're overtired and you faced all this karma without taking good care of yourself, it's going to be a pissy day on this day because emotions are being pulled. You need to take care of yourself and the gravity pulls you in. On the other, you're really feeling it in the moment because Venus is helping you become more sensitive in the moment. This is for when your life is going right. But if your life is not going right, you may not feel it. But if you do feel the lifestyle you want, if you can hold the space of the lifestyle you want or how you want to feel every day, use that, says this transit, to empower your emotions, to push forward in career and make the right decision. That's the other backwards thing that's going on, or background thing, is decision making. On Saturday, it's 0 degrees. 0 means 0. We're in the no man's land between two states of awareness. In this particular case, we're between your awareness around your marriages, and now we're slipping into next month's topic, which is the sun in Libra. All right, I'm going to go deep into this in just a minute. I do want to point out, though, as of the sun in Libra, you can now get your Carol Nagel videos. And if you don't know your moon sign, you can send this keyword to this number, and we will look it up for you. So come on down and text us if you need help looking up your moon sign. But she goes live and starts downloading today, and these are going to be super helpful during the month of the test. But let's look at what's really going on here with the planets. 0 means 0. We're between two states of awareness. As you can see up here in the corner, the sun is squaring the moon on Saturday, so as you're feeling weird and wigged out, and as you're getting pulled into vulnerability, because that's what this is going to be about, your feelings are also getting pulled around career legacy and your social reputation. So we're just feeling weird, and this red line means that you're going to be facing any kind of squares you might have. Now, with the Sun in Libra, we're working on blue energy. Libra is giving and receiving, how we give and receive as humans, how we give and receive in relationships. So sometimes people don't inhale enough energy. Some people don't give enough energy. This is where that all works out. This is the shift into things being fair. Now, for Pisces, there are 3 stages of what we call trust intimacy, of giving and receiving. You give and receive with boundaries. So basically, you either put a wall up or don't. Once it's open, Pisces just give, give, give. If it's closed, Pisces don't give at all. You are very kind of absolute with your giving and receiving that way. So boundaries are very important. Now, the first stage is self-trust. So in the first 10 days of the transit, we're going to work on self-trust, then the actual boundaries, and then the big granddaddy of how close can you get, all right? So on Saturday, you're feeling this transition begin. We're going to hit that hard again and again because this is already a long horoscope as we stand. On Sunday, you're clicking into 1 degree, which means now your general state of awareness is not going to be so much focused on the relationship and balance, we graduated that, but more on trust, intimacy, and can you trust yourself. So on Sunday, if you're feeling crappy, it's because you can't trust yourself, all right? You are feeling the lesson come on full strong, and that's not good because we've got 30 days to get it together. This will also be the day you'll start to get Witecki to coach you if you sign up for my 30-day program, or in GA, we'll be coaching you on Sunday, starting on Sunday too. So I'll be giving you little soul assignments every day to look and ask yourself. So on Sunday, it's actually strangely a sunny and social day. Your feelings are being pulled into the universe as we begin this trust and intimacy transit. But there's a lot going on. Let me just show you. For one, the moon crosses Pluto direct, which means you start to feel and embody the new social life. So you know your marriages are changing, you know there's going to be some boundary changes, and you are feeling the social life come into play. The universe also gives us a yod on Sunday, which says this feeling of your social life is the most important part of the day. In fact, what it says is take your self-nurturing with Jupiter, take the lifestyle you want, and think about where you belong in society. So you're feeling, where do I belong in society, given that I need to take better care of myself and have a better lifestyle? And that's what the yod is doing. But also this square between Venus and Mars, Venus the feminine, Mars the masculine, this square is a tension in ourselves that comes to a head on Sunday. In your case, Mars saying what you believe, and Venus saying the way life should be and how life should feel. So beliefs versus reality come to a head on Sunday as well. So it's a crazy day on Sunday. It's a crazy week. All right, my God service providers, so much information I know, but I feel I should tell you guys all this because we're in such an important time. Remember, we have so many resources at soulmart.me. We've got the Moon Goddess videos. We've got a creative seminar. We've got 30 days of text message. And if you're in GA, I'm going to coach you through it. So Soul Garden is showing up. Show it for yourself. And I'll see you in 7 days with more. Until then, live, love, be.